You might as well chemically castrate him. What awaits him next is endless suffering. Everyone loves Johann's judging style. Only On, his assistant, was unhappy. He claimed Johann was using his position to revenge criminals, and Johann replied, "You're still too young. You don't know what the world is like." Johann got on a suit and a fancy watch. Told to dress up and see the world, On put on a suit, looking like successful professionals. I'd guess this outfit cost at least $1,000, definitely high-end. They arrived at the garage, Johann driving. They showed up at a party organized by some low-income folks, and everyone was clamoring for selfies with On. Johann quickly swooped in to rescue On and brought him to the VIP area of the banquet, where the big shots mingled. Not only the president but also top elite shareholders were there, masquerading as philanthropists. These folks cleverly embezzle public donations in the name of charity. Yoon-hee, a shareholder, is quite capable. In his role as justice minister, he frequently dabbled in shady business. Everyone there had a card to play. They were either famous philanthropists or high-flying entrepreneurs. Behind each was a tale of virtue. On looked at these people with their have-a-plan faces and was momentarily taken aback. On the way back, Johann told On his target was to take down these high rollers. Then he took On to a prison, and On was confused about the visit. Johann replied, "I've done my homework on you. Your parents were killed by someone, and that someone is in this prison. The evil judge wants to settle the score." On finally realized that his parents' killer was living it up outside, while the prison held a scapegoat. On was furious. This was the real world. Johann explained that the true killer was Yoon-hee and the tycoons, and that his swap in prison was orchestrated by them. This guy previously scammed a lot of money, leading to at least dozens of deaths, including On's parents. Then Johann brought him to a secret hideout and introduced him to a few like-minded people. It turned out Johann had formed a team. All of them had been hurt by the tycoons, including lawyers and cops. And there was a specialist who gathered intel for him, and On recognized her as the first girl to speak out in court. They were all secretly supporting Johann against the bad guys. After meeting them, Johann took On out to the countryside. There On spotted his parents' killer, who was living a vacation life. The person who should be serving time was out in the countryside enjoying life with his family. On was consumed with rage and felt a strong urge to rush in, but at a crucial moment, Johann intercepted him and calmly advised On to hold his horses and wait until tomorrow to take action. He found his girlfriend Soo-hyun and asked her, "What if I kill someone? Would you turn me in?" Soo-hyun gave a cheeky look, chuckling, "You're a judge. How could you?" They were childhood friends. On was always causing trouble, while Soo-hyun had even studied to be a cop just to help him out. Although their relationship was undefined, they had mutual understanding. That night, On found the killer again. He barged in, and the killer looked at On, clueless about who he was. On said his parents' names, and the guy hit the floor, tearfully confessing, "The thing I regret most in life is the terrible things I've done." Then he added that every day was torturous, and On moved closer. He grabbed his neck, but then this guy's wife and daughter walked in. They knew what was going on. On looked at them and ultimately hesitated. He believed the guy was genuinely regretting his actions when suddenly Johann walked in and pulled On outside. He brought the killer out too, locking the wife and daughter inside while instructing On to catch the killer. On was puzzled. Although he killed his parents, the guy seemed genuinely repentant. Wasn't this a bit too much? At that moment, Johann casually lit the fuse and tossed it inside. The flames instantly engulfed the building, causing panic for the killer's wife and daughter inside. On stared at the fire and immediately dashed in to save the killer's daughter, but the killer barreled forward, trying to retrieve the fake cash. On watched him, gradually coming to realize that his repentance was merely a disguise. The guy desperately rummaged through the fake cash, suddenly realizing it was all phony, and he burst into maniacal laughter. On, eager to save people, was held back by Johann, who said his men had rescued On's family. Seeing his wife and daughter emerge, the guy finally came to his senses, frantically begging for forgiveness. It turned out the money was all from his previous scams. After entering prison, he had Yoon-hee bail him out. He then hired someone to take his place in prison and told his wife and daughter he had changed. It was all a ruse. Johann pulled out a knife and told On to consider revenge. He hesitated as he looked at the pitiful facade of the killer. "Can't waste it," On said. "Waste the real cash." Johann replied that the killer had dug up all the real money. The next day, boxes were placed at the doorsteps of every home in the slums, and they distributed the money to those who had been scammed before. On asked Johann for some gold bars, each worth 500 million. He handed the guy 3 bars. He wanted him to betray Yoon-hee, but the guy still firmly refused. Judging by his hardened demeanor, he wasn't moved. Johann decided to take charge. He asked, "There's 2.5 billion. The guy said never betray Yoon-hee.